Hi there, my name is Simon. Together with my wife Kathy and our two dogs Wally and Coco, we continuously cruise the canals and rivers of the UK. The video that's coming up is a continuation of our trip from Sykehouse Bridge to Goole, but this clip, as the intro, was filmed a couple of days later because the sun is shining and it's absolutely glorious. Enjoy. Peering out the mist in front of us is the Narrowboat. Might be able to hear some surprise in my voice, but say at this time of year there's very little movement on these waterways. But he's obviously been in to replenish or whatever. The marina does offer dry docks and that type of facility for painting and repair work in general. May have reached his 2-week stay period. On the canals you've got a 2-week allowance in most mooring spaces where you can tie up for 2 weeks just about anywhere on the canal. Some of the moorings are time restrained, especially in very popular towns and villages and anything like that. They might give you 48 hours, some of them give you 7 days, some 24 hours, it just varies. Although a lot of them change to 14 days in winter because there's very little movement. See if this is a boat we know. Two people on here, well bundled up. Getting out of town. Get back into the middle of the canal. Passing is always done on the left-hand side of the boat, the port side. And the boat coming towards you, it'll be on his port side. It's just international regulation for boats, whether you're at sea, on rivers, lakes. I assume it's totally international. You'll also see a lot of boats, if they've got steering, wheel steering stations, it's on the left hand side. And when a boat's overtaking you, or you're overtaking a boat, you overtake the boat on your port side. There are times when people get a bit confused, but generally it's followed quite closely. Trip into Goole continues. I say it's a very straight, boring section of canal this. Here we are coming up to the railway bridge in Goole. Not sure if there's not another boat coming towards us, coming through the Narrows. We should slow down. There's a boat coming. Wife's just getting ready to come out, help moor up. Navigator's checking to see that we're in the right place. slow down and see, because whereas two boats can squeeze through, but why squeeze when you don't have to? I'm not sure. Wait till we're a bit closer, then we'll have a better idea. Might actually be an optical illusion. I don't know. If it is a boat, it's not moving. Oh well, we'll go for it. Could actually be a lock gate. There is a set of locks here just to close off the Goole basin. Because it is interconnected with the harbour, and then there's very big locks to drop down onto the River Don. There is a boat. It's going so slowly. Okay, it's clear of the Narrows. If the moorings in the basin are full, we normally come out and moor up here on the right hand side. It's quite a nice spot. Towpath's fairly quiet. Another one leaving the basin. There's Hope. And I see a lot of boats moored up under the railway bridge, which again is fairly unusual. I think as we go under the bridge and through the lock gates, well, they're not really lock gates, but they operate the same. And you'll probably see boats we recognise on the left moored up in where we normally stop, in what they call the dark side. Train coming through. Train we catch to go to Doncaster or Thorn if we need to. Certainly not sure I'd want to moor on the right hand side here if the big boys are coming through, but I suppose we've got big uns, it's alright. Hammering in pegs. See how it all goes. Morning. Hopefully he's aware that the big boys come through here. It's a nice boat. Okay, on the right hand side you got the closed off area where environmental agency are doing remedial work. I'm really hoping that the diesel dock is available. It looks like it. I don't see anybody on there. Left hand side is the moorings when they're available. It's known as the dark side by the locals. There's a gap there which we'll probably squeeze into when we come out. So some of the spacing leaves a bit to be desired. Logically you moor up as close to the other boats as you can to give space for everybody, but sometimes because boats leave and come back and move around, it doesn't always happen. And on the left hand side we come to where all the old working boats are moored up. There's quite a few of them. Some of them are still working, and quite a few of them are stored here, I think is probably the right word for it, waiting for work, although possibly some of them are past it. This huge barge on the right hand side, whether that ever comes to life again is debatable. In the corner on the right hand side, after the tug, there are visitor moorings and there are services. If you can get on there, it's a 2-day mooring. I think we may have to do our water and everything on the diesel dock, so it looks like everywhere else is full up. Now we're coming into mooring. I'm going to switch off and talk to you later. Here's one of the local tugboats going out to, I'd guess, help the ships come in. Maybe it's that time of the day where the tide is high. Hammering along in reverse. Now it just spins round. Very mobile. 3 of these tugs. One's called Little Shover, one's called Little Pusher, and then there's this one, which is Little Kirkby. Out to do some work, I'm sure. So lots of noise. About between 1 and 2 kilometers down the channel, there's a main road bridge that's to be lifted when they go in and out. and goes into the main basin. From there there's a lock, lets it down onto the ooze. Coming towards me is one of the working boats that I've mentioned previously. It's the Exile Pride. It takes fuel products from Hull through to Rotherham, and it's now on its return journey, running empty, coming through to pick up some more product. I'm not sure if it'll go straight through down to Hull tonight or if it's going to stay here in Goole. It's also been modified. Previously the cab was a fold down cab, so when it comes to low bridges you drop down all four sides of the cab, go under the bridge. It's now been modified so it's hydraulically operated, and the cab dips down as it comes through goes under the bridges. Kind of makes our boat look slightly small, but it will now come through this narrowing where the old sliding gate used to be, to seal everything off if necessary. Currently the wind is gusting at over 75 kilometers an hour. This big boy doesn't seem to have any ill effects from that. It comes gliding through. Follow it round and you'll see the cab dip. You can also see she's long. When she's riding empty like this, it doesn't actually cause too much turbulence, so it's very little suction from the hull. It's only when it's fully loaded and down on its marks it tends to toss you around a bit on the moorings and pull you in. You should be able to shortly see the cab go down. I believe it's modelled on the working boats on the European canals. They all have this drop-down system nowadays. And there it goes with the cab down. Just having a chat with my neighbour. Apparently there's a young bull cow drowned in the canal, just up there. You can see squashes of people. You can't see where they're going. Actually not sure how much clearance there is. Maybe the bloke just aims it straight and goes for it. Okay, the wind is blowing me around a bit now, so you can see tight fit, and there the cab is coming back up again. And so there are two very similar looking size-wise. The other one's a 600-ton dry carrier. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and click the like button. Till next time, be safe.